Hey everyone, how you all doing? This is Sharigama speaking, bringing you more Great League battles in the Go Battle League, and those are actually my last battles from the Great League for the time being, as the Season 4 actually shifted into the Ultra League and the Ultra Premier League. So the next video that I will be showing you will be from the Ultra League. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Right there, make sure to like and subscribe and enjoy. This is not the first time that I use this team. I had another video featuring this team, and it is so good, you know. Galvantula in the lead gives so much coverage, and Alomomola and Toxicroak gives a decent backup against Galarian Stunfisk. Obviously, one big weakness for this team is Altaria, so you'll see in this video how I try to overcome this obstacle. This match was pretty straightforward. Azumarill lead is amazing for me, and they had Grifflim, which is another Pokemon weak to Galvantula, and Galarian Stunfisk, which is weak to Toxicroak obviously, so this is GG. This is actually not a good lead for me because Fairy resists bug, so I bail immediately into my safe swap, which is Alomomola, and the charm damage is just shredding my Pokemon. He was able to take 50% of my health before I reached the charge attack. And then they switch into Azumarill. Because the opponent switched late, our switch clock is not synced, so I plan to tank this play rough and switch into Galvantula. Unfortunately, the opponent actually charged a lot of energy, so I have to shield that, and I plan on farming it all the way down to have a move ready for whatever comes in. I have two moves. So it's Obstagoon. Throw the discharge. I should have thrown the lunge, to be honest, but it doesn't really matter. I throw the discharge on the Fable, which is enough. One volt switch or two volt switch away from lunge. And I have Toxicroak in the back. This is a good game. Alomomola is absolutely terrible lead, so I switch into Toxicroak to not reveal my hardest counter to it, and I have Zapdos in the back, so I have to shield whatever he throws at me because I need to win switch advantage. And right there I'm throwing the Mud Bomb thinking he would shield, but he actually doesn't. So now I'm going 2 shields down and things are not looking good for me. And they have Ferrothorn in the back, so I had a glimpse of hope right there because I resist all of his charge moves, and I was able to reduce its attack before he actually threw a charge move on me. So let's see how we do. The opponent made a great swap into Alomomola, shredding every bit of hope that I had. So now I have to farm it down, but I know that even if I were able to throw the Hydro Pump, it wouldn't be enough, so good game. Okay, so great lead for me. The opponent actually tried to catch the discharge on his Galarian Stunfisk, but he wasn't able to. And right there I threw the Mud Bomb because I was worried of another Earthquake and I didn't want to go 2 sheets down. And they have Altaria in the back, which, like I said, is the biggest threat for this team. I'm able to take a shield with this Sludge Bomb. I'm trying to reach another Sludge Bomb, and unfortunately I wasn't able to throw it. And right now things doesn't look good for me because the Altaria has energy, so I come with my Alomomola and to soak all the Sky Attacks and Dragon Breath damage. And the opponent actually decides to come with Cast from Rainy and throw the Weather Ball on me. This is not very effective damage, so I didn't shield. But I had to throw another Waterfall with Alomomola to have Psychic ready for Altaria. Since I was at the under energy with Galvantula, I threw the Discharge and undercharged it. So I have 2 charge moves ready for Altaria. It didn't shield the Discharge, so now I go for the Lunge, which actually is not the best option because he was able to farm a bit more of energy, which turns out to be critical because he was able to get to the Sky Attack right as I was. So good game. Gengar lead, which is actually pretty good for me because I can get out of this matchup with a lot of energy at the cost of 2 shields though, and right there the opponent tried something clever, but I never had the intention of throwing right away. So now the switch locked with the Umbreon against my Toxic Rock, and I'm able to farm it all the way down to have Sludge Bomb and half ready against the Azumarill. So I throw the Sludge Bomb, they still have a shield, but I will be able to get to another Sludge Bomb, and I still have energy with my Galvantula, so this is good game. A Galarian Stunfisk lead, which is obviously terrible for me, so I have to bail. And this is why I have 2 counters to it in the back, and I'm able to actually lure out the Skarmory, so now my Toxicroak gets to avoid it. I throw the Psychic thinking they might shield, but they actually doesn't. So I decide to not shield right there and get to another Psychic. But right now I'm about to lose switch advantage, which I could have won if I had thrown the Hydro Pump. They have a Azumarill in the back, but they were really slow to the switch, so I have a lot of energy and I will be able to throw a Sludge Bomb, which thankfully they actually didn't shield, so now I go straight Mud Bombs. I shield right there and I look at the switch clock and switch right away, and I don't know what the opponent tried to do right there because he had a move ready. So I was able to farm it all the way down, and the opponent doesn't shield right there. And he doesn't shield right there. I think he just gave up or something, because he actually had this game in hand if he had thrown its energy with Azumarill. Good game. So good lead for me, and they actually stay in, which tells me that they have another Pokemon weak to Galvantula in the back. So I was able to come out from this matchup with a lot of energy, and they have Galarian Stunfisk, which I have 2 counters to it, so I'm not worried. And it's Skarmory, so I'm in a good position, even though they have 2 shields. So I throw the discharge right away. They decide not to shield, and I throw the lunge to lower the Galarian Stunfisk attacks. And they actually spend their energy, so I'm in a really good position because I still have a shield and the counter damage will do its thing. This is good game. Skarmory is a great lead for me, obviously, and they actually switch into Stunfisk, which makes things kinda tricky. I might as well have thrown the lunge on the Stunfisk to have its attack lowered, to make this match a little bit less close. But anyway, thanks to the waterfall damage which shreds the Stunfisk, I will be able to win switch advantage at the cost of 2 shields. It's Shiftry in the back, so I throw the Psychic to do some chip damage, and they are actually able to farm a bit of energy, but I come with my Toxicroak and shred this Shiftry apart because I know I resist all of its charge move, and right now I go for the bait to lower the Skarmory attacks, and they actually decide to go for Brave Bird. So now the defense dropped dramatically, so I throw the Mud Bomb, which deals a lot of damage, 1 counter to the Skarmory, another 2 counters to the Shiftry, and this is a good game. The fact that the opponent shielded his Medicham twice tells me that he has another Pokemon weak to Galvantula in the back, probably a Azumarill. But I was still able to win this match with a shield in end. And it is a Azumarill in the back, so since he has 1 bubble worth of energy, I decided to come with my Alomomola to soak the charge moves and to farm a lot of energy. So right now my plan is to farm all the way to Hydro Pump, soak the next charge move and switch into Toxicroak. I know Ice Beam wouldn't KO me, and the opponent actually tried to catch the Sludge Bomb, he wasn't able to. So now I throw the Mud Bomb and I'll have a Sludge Bomb ready for Azumarill. I still have a shield, I have energy with my Alomomola. This is good game. Galvantula mirror match, and the opponent actually plays it extremely well because he was able to sneak in an extra Volt Switch to have a bit of an energy advantage. And right now things get a bit tricky, so I don't shield right there because he was able to have energy advantage, and right there I made a mistake because I should have let my Galvantula go down instead of locking my Toxicroak against this Skarmory. So I decided to just suck it. My Galvantula is obviously really low, so I can't come in with it. So I come with Alomomola and try to farm a lot of energy. I decide to shield that, not knowing what they have in the back, and they have Scrafty in the back. Thankfully I was able to farm a lot of energy, so I'll be able to throw an Hydro Pump after this slug. And I got really lucky right there because the Hydro Pump didn't KO the Scrafty, it actually took it to a farm down range, and thanks to that I was able to reach to the Psychic against the Skarmory. I got really lucky, to be honest. Good game. Drift Beam lead, which is obviously really great for me, and because they are staying in this matchup, I realized that they have another Pokemon weak to Galvantula in the back. They make a mistake right there because you want to throw the less energy charge attack. Icy Wind in that case. I'm able to farm it all the way down, again at the cost of 2 shields, but I bail into Toxic Rock against the Alolan Marowak. I still didn't want to reveal my hardest counter to it, and thankfully they shielded the Mud Bomb right there, and I still have a lot of energy with my Galvantula. So I wait the clock and I come in with Alomomola, and they have Shifter in the back. And right now I'm looking at the clock and realizing there's still some time, and the Shifter is farming a lot of energy. The opponent actually got really greedy, so I'm able to throw the Psychic and make a combo play with my Galvantula to throw the lunge. All their energy is wasted. I'm throwing the Discharge on Alolan Marowak, and it is in a waterfall range. And because the Shifter didn't spend its energy on Alomomola, I'm able to win this match. Good game. Altaria lead, which is, like I said, the biggest threat for this team, so after playing it several times and trying different approaches, I find that going straight lunge is the way to go. That way I might be able to reach a third charge move. It is actually IV dependent, because if the Altaria is attack weighted I wouldn't be able, but right now I am able to reach the third charge move, which is huge because I'm able to win switch advantage or take the rest shield. If they shield, there's no way I can win switch advantage, obviously. So I come with my Alomomola. The Altaria is really debuffed, so I farm a lot of energy with my Alomomola. And they have Ferrothorn in the back, so I bail immediately into Toxic Rock, and realizing that they think things through, and they have another Pokemon weak to Toxic Rock in the back. It's Galarian Stunfisk. So I can't let the Galarian Stunfisk reach Earthquake, so I just throw the Mud Bombs and make as much damage as possible to the Ferrothorn. Thankfully the Thunder is not enough to KO me, and this is a good game. Another Galvantula mirror match, and right now I'm the one who loses CMP, so my plan is to sneak in a Volt Switch like the opponent did before me. But this opponent is actually really clever because she realizes that, and she farmed extra knowing that I would try to sneak in a Volt Switch, and eventually she was able to sneak in this Volt Switch. So I bail into my Toxic Rock to try to catch the lunge. Fortunately, I was able to do so. I threw the Mud Bomb right there because I didn't want to get hit by another charge move. I know they were really close to one. And it's Swampert in the back. Obviously they reached the charge move faster than Toxic Rock. I come in with my Alomomola and try to farm as much as possible. They throw the Sludge Wave at me, which does a lot of damage, and then they bail into Scrafty. So I have Psychic ready with my Alomomola, and right now I'm in a tricky spot because I have to win this match against Crafty with energy in end. So they throw the power punch, I farm a bit more, throw the psychic. Thankfully it didn't KO it, so one extra waterfall and another 2 waterfalls, and I'm able to reach the psychic against Swampert. This is really close game. GG. Another Alter Elite, and this time I try a different approach because by that time I didn't realize that the best option is to go straight lunge. So now I know I can't reach the third charge move even if I throw the lunge right there, and they're able to farm me all the way down. So obviously I have to come with my Alomomola, but thankfully their attack is dropped a bit, so it doesn't do as much damage, and I'm able to farm a bit of energy, and they have Meganium in the back. I bail immediately into Toxic Rock, and I don't shield this Frenzy Plant, and they have Defense Deoxys in the back, so I'm not in a good position at all because they still have a shield, and my Alomomola can't do much against Meganium, so I have to win this match against Defense Deoxys and keep my Toxic Rock alive to have a chance. So I'm realizing the switch clock is off. I bail into Alomomola and throw the Psychic, and thankfully they actually decided to shield, which is a bad play by the opponent. Thankfully they didn't farm enough energy to 2 Frenzy Plant, and I'm able to reach to the Sludge Bomb, and really close game. GG. And that will be it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.